Hello, this is Earth Angel Talk, and I'm Kelly Lee Mystery, an intuitive reader with Light the Way Prisms of Light. Today I'd like to talk to you about brain regeneration and how art can help the brain regenerate. But first we have to have a little physiological explanation of how the brain works. So here we go. Brain regeneration. We've been told that once our brain cells die, they do not grow back, and that brain deterioration is just part of aging. Well, we all know that poor nutrition, alcohol, and substance use affect the brain and kill our brain cells. But did you know that they can be regenerated? Yeah, what if I told you there's a way to bring them back to health? Well, that is exactly why I'm here today. Recent research has shown that there is hope. We can rebuild our brains, and even better than before. So, the brain's elastic, it has neuroplasticity. And what that means is that it can rewire itself through specific learning exercises. The brain is capable of growing new neurons, and neurons are simply nerve cells, or they're cells that stimulate nerves by transmitting nerve impulses through them. So, there are also glial cells, and glial cells are support and insulation for the neurons. And the part of the brain that is affected is the frontal lobe and the parietal lobe. The frontal lobe is directly behind our forehead, and it is the place that kind of controls our impulse, our behavior, our learning. The parietal lobe has to do with our sensory perceptions and all our senses. So those are the areas that are affected by degeneration and can be rebuilt with regeneration. And so practicing, you're going to say, how can you do that? Well, I'm here to tell you there are many ways. Practicing a desired skill gives the brain the ability to rewire itself, so we can say that new learning plus new cells equals brain power. Stimulating the nerves through specific learning exercises helps the neurons create new connections, new synapses, pathways, roadways, whatever you'd like to call those. Energies up there zipping around in our brain. The brain is like any other muscle in our body, and it heals and grows with physical exercise and nutrition. There's a number of ways that you can help it heal and grow, including physical exercise, which feeds oxygen and glucose to the brain, stimulating new cellular growth. There are also numerous supplements that you can take that help the brain to regenerate or to stay healthy, including ginkgo biloba. It stimulates a brain protein called BDNF, and that's not something dirty. It's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor related to nerve growth. Turmeric or curcumin, which alleviates inflammation and lowers the risk of heart disease, and has been shown to have regenerative effects on nerves. And there is also another component in turmeric, and it's called R-turmerone, and it's been shown to increase healthy cell renewal in rats during lab studies. Green tea has antioxidant effects, and it attacks free radicals, and free radicals cause harm to not only our brain cells but other cells in the body as well. And you know it, eating your vegetables keeps your brain healthy and strong, just like your body, and especially cruciferous vegetables. I love that word, cruciferous. And those vegetables are things like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and others in that category. So they all contain sulforaphane, and it's a neurotogenic substance that stimulates nerve growth in our brain. And also, to keep the brain healthy, you want to have a healthy diet free from caffeine, preservatives, additives, and processing. These are other ways to help your brain remain strong. So, you can also use conscious learning. Conscious learning is helpful as it maintains the sharpness of our brain, and it's never too late to learn. You can teach an old dog new tricks. So let's employ those critical thinking skills, challenging our brain by expanding your thinking. Yep, this will strengthen your brain and your scope of knowledge as well. Leisure activities like playing games, reading, knitting, arts and crafts, these also stimulate the brain. But you must be a participant to reap the rewards, because a passive observer sitting on the fence doesn't give the brain a workout. We've always been told that our brain tells our heart to beat, but did you know that your heart has its own brain cells? It does. And if you'd like to know more about that, you can get the book Heart Math. I'm going to show it to you right now. It's called The Heart Math Solution. And this has a lot of information to keep yourself healthy as well. And another book that's good about brain regeneration is Harold Urschel, Healing the Addicted Brain. Or you can go to www.greenmedinfo.com and you can look up the brain regeneration article they have posted there. So let's get back to talking about how we're going to give our brain a workout. Or actually, let's finish talking about the heart first. Okay, so before I rudely interrupted us, we've always been told that our brains tell our hearts to beat. But did you know the heart has its own brain cells? It does. And the nerves to the brain, so say someone has a heart transplant. During a heart transplant, the nerves that go to the brain from the heart are severed. And there's no way to reconnect them once the new heart is in. But yet, the brain cells that live in the heart will tell the heart to beat and keep it beating. Which is amazing, right? So, when you strengthen your brain, you're also strengthening your heart. And we all know that thinking from the heart is a thing of beauty, filled with love and compassion and kindness for our world. Now that brings us to today's angel card that I pulled for our Earth Angel Talk, and it is outdoors. It says, go outdoors, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. And I'm going to show her to you. And she comes from the Archangel deck by Doreen Virtue. And this is her, Archangel Jophiel. And you can see there what she says. And what better way to get creative ideas than out in nature, in beauty. And you know, nature is the creation of our mother. So, what I really wanted to talk about was art. You guessed it. So I'm going to show you a finished product of art that I've done in the past, and this is my spirit wolf. Now he took quite a few weeks to finish, and by the time I was done, I was a little overpainting him, I won't lie. But I've told you how art stimulates your brain. Excuse me, walking around, that was a large piece I had to pick up. So I started a piece today, I drew it, and I did a little work on it. And you can see it's a woman with her hair hanging down, there's some galaxies in her hair, and the moon is there. So I'm going to do just a little bit of painting on this. So let's put her skin color on. Okay. I already have some tan down here, and I'm going to put a little white in it just to create a very nice light skin tone for our woman. You can see the color here. And then I just paint wherever she has skin. And I'm trying to be mindful of the drawing that I've done so I can see where shading and highlighting go. Painting is such a wonderful outlet for creativity. And you know, sometimes people say I can't, but practice makes perfect. And it gives you time to relax. It's a mindfulness activity. Just like yoga, meditation, breath exercises. It puts you almost in a trance-like state, which is really great for not only our brain but our mental health. So I really encourage you guys to explore your art. Explore what you can do. And art comes in many forms. It doesn't have to be just painting. It can be drawing. It can be making jewelry, sculpture, I don't know, welding. There's so many outlets for creativity that you can use to do art, and that will help keep your brain healthy as well. And we know that maintaining brain health will keep us young and strong and vibrant. And it also helps us keep our connection to spirit strong and healthy. Okay, so I've got her skin color painted on here. So we've got that done. You can see she now has skin tone. And I'm going to leave you with this beautiful little picture. And I'm going to encourage you to go out and create your own art. Work on that brain. Get it strong. Get it healthy. Then it can do all the heavy lifting. Stress, no problem. My brain can handle it. So let's do some art. Reclaim our brain. And I'll let you see the finished product on next week's talk. And I have a surprise for you next week. I'm going to be at Amma getting my darshan on. So it's going to be a very special, enlightened talk. Probably on her teachings. And you can always find this talk printed on the Light the Way Prisms of Light newsletter. And as always, stay blessed. This is Kelly Lee, leaving you with an angel hug. I bet you can feel my wings wrapped around you. Bye.